Hello.
Hi guys.
So this is our third video? No, something like that.
Yeah.
But our topic for this week is finding a job.
Yeah, it's really not all that easy in today's economy, especially here in Barrie.
Highest unemployment rate in Canada.
Yep.
Because we're Canadian. And,
Yeah.
but the truth is, it never really hurts to look.
No.
You never know when you're going to find something. You might find something. Today, I went out job hunting. There's a lot of things that benefit you, like certain online courses like Red Cross and SmartServe. You're guaranteed almost any restaurant job or being applicable for any restaurant job if you have your SmartServe, because then you can handle alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be legal drinking age here in Canada. I don't know about in the US.
Yeah.
But here in Canada, you don't have to be legal drinking age to handle alcohol in a restaurant as a job, so you can get your SmartServe as soon as you're 18, 17. So I went out job hunting today, and the best I could say to help benefit you for finding a job, appearance. Appearance is good.
Now I know you probably hear it from a lot of people. I'll just show your face like over and over to the same place. You know what? Persistence, it will get you somewhere. It will.
It does. That's how I got my job at Subway for however little that lasted.
Yeah.
But I applied there 3 times, and then they finally hired me because I showed interest. Now, the thing is, employers do look for someone that actually seems interested in the job. Certain things that benefit you when looking for a job, too, is, say, even if you're not, say, going to school, it helps that you mention you're looking for school, because they want to help support you if you do plan on doing something further with your career. Try not to be too personal in an interview. Try to stay, a little professional.
Yeah.
Like, they're not looking into your life, like how are your kids are doing or whatever, or I just got dumped last week. That's not stuff you kind of really mention in an interview. When they tell you to talk about yourself, say things about yourself that address the job title.
More or less, information relating to, say, your work ethic, like, I'm persistent, I work really hard, things like that, or just say, like, I'm organized. Just
I have initiative.
Those little qualities, that's more or less what they kind of want to know. They want to know what kind of person you are and what you have to offer to their company or, whatever.
Wherever you're working.
Yeah.
If you've been jobless for a while and you're not finding a job, that might be the time not to be picky. Because if that job field you're applying for, you just may not be qualified for yet, or it's just not working for you. So if you need a job, you can't afford to be too picky all the time. You may have to apply to Tim Hortons or Burger King or McDonald's or whatever. You might have to apply there. Like, say you're trying to get into a 4-star restaurant when you don't have much serving experience. Well, you might have to start off at Tim Hortons or, say, something like Eastside Mario's first before you get into that 4-star restaurant.
Another resource that helps, like, don't be afraid to look at, say, like, temporary employment agencies. Sometimes it's a great way to start.
Yeah.
They are temporary jobs, so no, not permanent, but it can help you get by for the time being. And it also doesn't hurt because it helps to build up your work experience, add more context to your resume, mm-hmm. things like that. It's a resource you can use. It's there for a reason.
Yeah. And when applying for a job, you got to make sure that your resume is attractive. I'm not saying, put flowers and smiley faces on it, because it needs to be professional and attractive. So try to keep your resume. Don't list all of the jobs you've had. Always list the most 5 recent jobs, because they're the ones that are going to remember you.
4 or 5
yeah.
is a good number.
Yeah, because they're the most recent. They're going to be able to say the most about you. Try to keep the most 5 recent jobs and the jobs you've held the longest as the ones on your resume. If you don't really have job experience and you're like me and you're looking for a job, it doesn't help to volunteer. Volunteer experience is still work experience, except you're not getting paid. So it doesn't hurt to put down babysitting. I volunteered at the SPCA and some retirement homes.
Or like myself, I volunteered at the Heart and Stroke Foundation, which is, it's another great thing to volunteer for.
Yeah, so any organizations that you volunteered for, or say you're an actress or an artist or on a sports team and you do voluntary work or advertisement, that always works too. Like, I'm an actress, I do voluntary theater.
Yeah.
So I have that on my resume, and they're my contact info because I've worked with them in plays. Like, any community organization or volunteer organization that you've worked with can be great on a resume.
It's a little easier, like, say, when you're in high school. I know you might think like, oh, but it's so hard. But you actually have a lot more resources at your disposal. You know, there's a lot, like, extracurricular programs. That's another thing too. Like, say if your school does like banquets or different sports events, things like that. You know, ask around, see if you can, you know, give them a hand, and just, you know, see if you can get some volunteer hours that way. It's
Because it benefits you in school, and you can put that on your resume.
And if you're doing good, well, hey, they can, you know.
Like, my friend Dylan Green, our teacher, Mr. Fraser, for like food and stuff like that. He was a really good teacher, and he had a lot of connections and helped Dylan find his job at the Holiday Inn. When that's just from volunteering at school. So you can even ask your teachers if they'll be a reference for you too, and references are important. Try to keep limited of family and friends, but if worse comes to worse and you don't really have more than that, you can use close friends. I'm sure they'll try and help you out from a friendly perspective, but don't ever take the route of them exaggerating a job title that isn't true, because they will find out. Like, I know certain people have made that mistake before. Don't be like, hey, buddy, can you pretend to be a manager from this place and this place? Because, believe it or not, these people are going to know who works where and who's the manager where.
Yeah.
So that's never a good idea, because
like I've had some of my friends offer to do that. It's like, it's flattering, but it's just it's bad. It's gonna be a real shit show.
So if you're having a hard time finding a job and you've been looking for a while, certain tips are always update and rearrange your resume.
Yep.
Because keep working and fiddling around with that resume until you find one that actually gets you the interviews.
You know, it's when it comes to building a resume, it's not a bad thing to have someone, you know, like, look over it. And if say in your town, maybe you've got like a career center or something, or even if, like, you say you're like a high school student, or like, say, like, you know, guidance counselors, things like that. Certain programs can help you sort of, like, you know,
tweak it.
Yeah, like, tweak it, fine tune it.
Yeah.
Really, I think it's just a matter of making it consistent, you know.
And try not to make your resume a letter. Point form format's usually the best. Always objective first, because they want to know what you're looking for in your resume. So in your objective, say looking to obtain a part-time or full-time job, or looking to obtain summer work, or looking to obtain volunteer hours for high school. You need that objective, because if you just have your resume with all of your experience, yeah, that's great, but they also want to know what you're looking for. Yes, the application kind of does that, but sometimes they'll see the resume first, not the application first.
Yeah.
So you want to have everything there. So objective, don't even hesitate to put in hobbies or interests.
It can also help, like, I feel that with every job you apply to, write up a cover letter.
Exactly. Because then you're getting more personal, and that cover letter is showing that interest. Like, if you're looking to massively apply everywhere, a resume will just do. But if you're looking for certain jobs that you're really, really interested in, a cover letter is great.
Like, you want to show them that you really want this job. You want to leave them that hook.
Exactly. You want to draw them in to call you. That's what you want. You want that interview. Even if you don't get the job, you should be satisfied that you got the interview.
Yeah.
So, topic of the day was jobs. And if we personally are job searchers ourselves right now, so if you have any advice for us to help us find a job, that'd be great too.
Please put them down below in the comments. We'd
Yes.
really appreciate it.
We would really appreciate comments.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes. So we hope we've helped you, and we hope that you can help us.
Okay.
So,
The Vlog Twins. See you guys later.
bye. We love you.